Now finally, Tell Me About Tomorrow by Jxdn, the long anticipated LP, is finally here with Travis Barker, and let's get into this. I listened to all the singles that came out. I think it was Think About Me, which is probably my favorite. So What, which is really good as well. Angels and Demons, which was his first song that got him more popular as his TikTok blow up. I think there was Tonight with the Daughter, which is an absolute banger. I did love all of his songs that he did release, hyped up for this album. And with a bunch of people saying that this album is really good and a lot of Blink fans are going to love this album, I was heading into this with high expectations, and especially with that Machine Gun Kelly collab, I was seeing what he could pull off here. And Tell Me About Tomorrow, I think I actually listened to like half the record, like the first half, at least like 4 or 5 times before I even continued the second half, because I was always so busy and I never got to finish the record, and I always wanted to listen to it full. And now I finally finished it. So after listening to like the first half 8 times or 5 times, and then listening to the second half only once, let's get into this. So it starts off with intro, which is a cool intro. I mean, it's Travis Barker saying like that he wants to sign this guy to the label, and it's super cool. I mean, it's like, oh dude, that's pretty cool intro. I mean, yeah, it's a good one. Pills is actually probably the weakest track off here. It's definitely catchy, it's definitely groovy, and I don't know, it just doesn't stick around to me as much as the other tracks. Think About Me was my favorite single, and not really my favorite song. There are a lot of new ones that I enjoyed more, but I do love the chorus on this one. It's just so roaring, It gets away from that trap kind of punk that he usually does and gets more into that full actual punk. And then you get Wannabe with Machine Gun Kelly, which is an absolute banger. Both men do amazing vocals on this one. And Travis's drumming is just an outstanding highlight, mostly on this record too. A Wasted Year. Now this song literally sounds like a song I have heard before, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I just don't know what it is, and it's killing me. It's killing me. One day I'll find out and I'll be like, that's the song, that's it. Then we get the singles Angels and Demons, which, like I said earlier, was pretty good. I always wondered, though, did he remake it for this album? Because I know this album was produced by Travis Barker. But did he remake the song with Travis Barker, or did he just use the old song? Then we get Interlude, which is a bunch of kids talking, and it's alright. But I like how it says we only got 1 minute, and it fades into the song 1 minute, which is definitely a great new song, It gets you going, it gets your blood pumping, and you're just like, oh, this is so cool. Brain Dead, which is probably, it's my favorite song off the album. It is so, like, you're like, I don't even know I'm half alive. His vocals are just absolutely beautiful on that track. It's just everything about that track is just so fitting, so smooth, it's lovable, you know what I'm saying? Then you get Tonight with Ian Doyer, which is absolute banger, It's just a party anthem, I feel like just a party rock anthem, you know what I'm saying? Then we get F'd Up, which is alright. It's more of a smoother track off the record, more of that one where you just slide by and you're like, oh yeah, this one's kind of here. It's still good, So What was always my favorite. This one is kind of the one that got me into Jxdn when he first featured with Travis Barker, and it's still really good. I still love it. Angels and Demons Part 2. Now, I was hyped to hear this, and it's a little different. It starts off with more of an acoustic and then builds up into a more of aggressive, kind of darker 2-minute punk song, and it was really good. Better Off Dead is probably one of the weakest ones as well. I'm not really fond of the metaphors and the lyrics he puts into it, but I do like the beat, and it's very consistent. It's definitely catchy. It'll stick into your head, that's for sure. DTA. But anyway, I do remember that one. That was pretty good. Last Time, bro, just, it's like 1 minute where you just get that powerhouse, you know what I'm saying? No Vanity was kind of the one where you're just like, dude, this whole album, this kind of reflects on this album, and you're just like, dude, this whole album's been absolute banger after banger after banger after banger. Why are we getting more bangers, you know what I'm saying? At least give me something, Then you get Tell Me About Tomorrow, which is this nice acoustic that really builds up into this huge, just crying out for help, screaming agony of an ending. It's beautiful. It's a great outro. Jaden Hossler really pulled out something here. With his first album with Travis Barker, his debut album blew me away. I have to give this a 9 out of 10. It is one of the best albums. No, it's probably the best rock album, or punk album, I should say, of the year so far. Thank you, Jaden Hossler. Thank you, Travis Barker. Absolutely beautiful.